Hello, 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 and welcome to Lisa and David's Retirement Adventure.
Hola, from Costa Rica. Why do expats leave Costa Rica got to start over again.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Lisa and David's Retirement Adventure.
Today we're going to talk about why expats leave Costa Rica.
Believe it or not, 80 or 90% of expats leave Costa Rica.
Do you buy or rent? Do you buy and build?
Yeah, and what about a car? Do you buy a car when you get here because they're really expensive, or do you use a bus? What about family? Will you get homesick? Will they get homesick for you and guilt you into going back? What's the story?
We've been living here for 4 years. And what we're going to talk about is just people leave within the first 2. And why do they do that? That's what we're discussing today.
Yeah, and we've been here, being here 4 years, there's a big difference between living here and visiting here, because for 3 years, we would come down 2 to 3 weeks, a couple of times a year, and we would visit. And we really thought we knew the areas. We thought we knew Costa Rica. We thought we knew a lot, but nada.
Well, we researched quite a bit too.
We did for years.
And watched a lot of Michael Allen, which the plug for Michael is where we at?
We did. We researched a lot, and we really thought we knew what we were doing. So unrealistic expectations. I don't know what we were thinking, but I thought Amazon would deliver and it wouldn't be a problem. And I knew better. I heard better. We watched the videos, but I thought, oh, that's no big deal. Not any big deal at all. So the inconvenience of things, like if you go into town to get groceries, you go to one store, they don't have flour. You go to another store, they have flour. I'm on keto, I wanted pork skins. David went to 3 stores. No, they don't have any.
Yeah. Banking. Learning the banking system. You go to the ATM, it's in Spanish. You go in, most everything requires you going into the bank to do the transactions. You can work online, which we do a lot, and pay a lot of our helpers and our utilities online, but banking is an inconvenience.
Yeah, because you go there in the morning, and what's funny, this hasn't happened in a while, but if you get in line at 8 a.m. and the bank opens at 8:30 and you're the first one in line, and the elderly...
You grab a ticket.
Yeah, and the elderly or the handicap or somebody come up behind you, you may be the next one up. But the guard will escort the elderly or the disabled to the front, which we don't have a problem with that. But every transaction takes minimum, 15 or 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Because they have to look at the screen. They're doing banking stuff.
Pack your lunch.
Yeah, so you go in for a deposit, you may be there an hour, you may be there 4 hours. So that's very different than what we're used to in the States. If we have to wait 5 minutes in the States, well, oh my gosh. So, pura vida, baby.
Yeah, it's there's resourcing down here is an inconvenience. You want materials, you want things for your house, you want light fixtures, you want the things. You could go to Home Depot in the States, you could go to Walmart, Kmart, any box store, and you can get whatever you need. That's an inconvenience. The resource, the people that you need to do the work you want done, gardeners, people who cut your grass, people who work on your house, electricians.
People you trust.
Right. Yeah. I mean, most of the time that we actually have friends that give us referrals, but even at that, you go through some people to figure out who does the best work. And after 4 years of living in this home, we've kind of got that dialed in, and we can pay those people online.
And they're our friends.
And so it's it's an inconvenience. Resourcing things can be an inconvenience until you get used to it.
Because I want a board 1 inch by 12 inches by probably 2.5 feet. I've been wanting for 3 years.
But they don't do inches here. They do centimeters
Well,
and meters, and it's all metric. So you got to do that conversion to get what you want, right?
But it's not about the conversion. It's about, I'm used to going to Home Depot and saying, I want this, this, and this. Or go over to the chef section and it's pre-finished. Because I just want it to sit in my chair, where I can, write cute notes and get organized and look at my calendar.
Right. It's an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience. And so, yeah, a lot of people deal with the inconveniences of living in Costa Rica. And if you're a type A personality, you're going to have a hard time.
Be flexible.
Be flexible. As they say here, pura vida. Calm down, relax, and mañana does not mean today or tomorrow. It has to be sometime in the future, but they will say mañana, meaning tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It'll be sometime next week probably, but don't get upset with it. And the more angry you get with them, the less they're going to work for you. So the fine balance there.
Because they'll say yes just to make you happy, but yes, yes, I will be there tomorrow. But one of the things we talk about convenience and needing things or wanting things. Now, like if we lived in San Jose, wide open, you're going to pay a lot more for it at the mall, but you have the majority of the conveniences. Not everything like being in the U.S., but most everything for a price.
Oh, absolutely. Everything's available. And if you're a shopper and you want to go shopping at a mall or you want to go get anything you want to get, go to Escazú, go to the multiplex. That is convenience for you. You can buy a car at the multiplex.
Yeah, but then you don't have the beauty of being out in the country or the jungle or the volcanoes. You're in the city.
Right.
So
well, you got to have that life balance of convenience versus quality. And
what's more important to you?
Yeah, we're not city mice. We're country mice.
We are. And one of the things about when you come down here, we were all in buying. We bought land before we moved down here. I really think it turned out well for us. Not everybody, but it turned out well for us. If I'm going to a new area now, I will rent a furnished place for 12 months and I won't start dragging stuff here. Of course, we only brought what we could get in suitcases, but still, I will rent a furnished place and try it out for 12 months.
Absolutely. And that is the number one rule. Do not come down here with the intent to buy a house, to buy some land with the anticipation of building your house. It's probably not going to turn out well.
Yeah, you need to make sure this is definitely where you want to be before you build.
There's different biospheres with different weather conditions.
Microclimates, like little bubbles everywhere.
And so the weather is very important to where you're going to live. And it's important to rent somewhere where you think you may want to live long enough to know that it is or is not.
And so we have private insurance. So if something happens or we need knee surgery, it's a week or two, not 2 to 4 years. It's immediate because it's private medical insurance here. But we were trying to get our yearly.
Oh, sorry.
We were trying to get our yearly checkups. Oh my gosh.
We're talking inconvenience here. A, there's a language barrier. Secondly, all of your documentation comes in Spanish, so you're going to have to translate it.
So I'm sitting there with my phone.
Fortunately,
and on hold.
Fortunately, our insurance man speaks English, and the people at the clinic spoke somewhat English,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but it is a it takes a lot longer to make an appointment just to get an annual checkup than it would be in the States.
Right. So we have, because I'm headed back in to see the grands for 3 weeks. And when I come back in June, we've got my checkup, his checkup, and him a specialty appointment with the neurosurgeon just to check things out. So we made all those appointments in San Jose. Okay, now what? Now we got to look for Airbnb. Well, we might as well go shopping while we're there. Well, what are we going to do with Bella? Well, this is a 4-day event for a 1-day doctor's appointment that we have 3 doctor's appointments in 1 day. What if there's a follow-up? What if he needs an MRI? Where do we get the blood work? All to come soon.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is a 5-hour drive over to San Jose, which is an inconvenience. So if inconveniences are an inconvenience to you, you may not want to be in Costa Rica.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not going to live close to San Jose. Even if we went to Liberia, it's a solid 2 hours. Sure, we could do that in a day. We could go, and then we would be fighting to get back before night or before sundown.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the doctors we wanted were in San Jose, so here we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just be prepared for inconveniences and know that not everything is at your fingertips.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
Except her. She's right here.
I'm right here, right at the fingertips. Well, I think, if you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. We just want to prepare you guys for what could possibly go on in your visit, your stay, your move, and I appreciate you watching our channel. Maybe if you have questions, leave us questions, subscribe, and your comments are greatly appreciated, so we can address any kind of questions you may have. Give you some pointers.
Yep.
So pura vida, we're all here because we're not all there.
Ciao.